Alright everybody, camping out tonight, and you can see the warbonnet blackbird there. Pack I acquired from Captain Bart. That's the Spec Ops Alice, I believe is what they call it. And this tarp is one I made. I ordered the materials. It's a coated nylon, or coated ripstop nylon, and took me 3 or 4 days, but I finally got it done. I got reinforced corners, girl gain for the tie-out points. Still not done because I didn't realize this until I had the whole thing completely done, but I've got extra material right here, so I'm going to have to go back in and cut the extra material, re-sew it. I'll have to redo this corner, but I put tie-outs on it. Tie-outs are obviously on the outside of the tarp, but I got my continual ridge line going in. But if I remember correctly, it's a 9 foot by 12 foot. I didn't actually measure it. You can see the pull-outs here, and you can see again, I'm used to tarps with the ridge line going down the center lengthwise with the hammock. This one's running this way, and I haven't seam sealed it yet, but I'm not expecting rain tonight. So, but you can see the pull-outs there, so you can see that I've kind of got them going that way. They still work. Got my part of my hammock tarp or guide out. Another pull-out, and you can kind of see what kind of room, otherwise that tarp would hang clear in on me. The tarp things, these lashing points, there are a pain to sew. That was the hardest part of the entire sewing job, and it was a pain in my butt, but they're well worth it to keep the tarp, to give you a little more living space up in here. And so I've got a nice great big porch, probably a 4.5, 5 foot porch hanging out over me. More than enough to cover my hammock. I think it's going to be a great tarp once I get it completed. Like I said, it's pretty well completed now. I just have to take care of that extra fabric right there, redo that one corner, and then seam seal everything. And then right here in the middle, I'm going to put a center tie out there and on the opposite end of that seam. But like I said, I'll have to seam seal everything and make it watertight. Right now I've got my, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but that little thing dangling there, that's my thermometer. My pack right here, this is the one that you always see Captain Bart with. We traded for it for a knife, and he really liked the knife and he was wanting to get rid of this pack, so we traded for it. Right there where you see them 2 clumps of dirt, or actually they're clumps of charcoal, that's where my fire's going to be. It's just outside the tarp. But like I said, I'm not expecting rain at all tonight. Got my my radio. You can see the antenna sticking out there. When I don't have the camera on, I have my radio going. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but for me, it's relaxing. I'm out here listening to music and chilling in the woods. While I'm out here, I'm gonna try to. It's beautiful out here, all this greenery coming in. But this pine duff, I'm going to try to scatter that and clear that up a bit. Those stumps are going to get stacked over on the other side of that big stump right there. All these long poles are going to get put to the side for later projects or firewood. And basically clean the area up a little bit, because I don't want it to turn it into campsite number 1. If you don't understand the numbers, Captain Bart and I use them. This is campsite number 2. Campsite number 1 is out over that way. If I get up, I'll try to show you. I don't know if you can see it through the trees or not, but straight across there is campsite number 1. It's across the gully. And we call it that was because that was the first campsite I had down here. Well, established campsite that I used on a regular basis. And I used it so much that the plants weren't growing in and stuff like that. But you can see here, I've got all these this ground cover growing in, even some grass over there. But that's what I like. I like to have that around me. So what I'm wanting to do is try to keep this area cleaned up so all that'll grow in, and we got some kind of nettle, I think it's a wood nettle over there growing, some more over here, and you'll get wild raspberries and blackberries out here and all kinds of mushrooms and stuff like that. But I just, you know, plus it degrades the relaxation when I come out here and it's just a mess like this. I'm going to work on cleaning it up a bit. Possible overnighter tomorrow night too, not sure yet. And then we're probably going to be doing one Thursday with the professor and possibly Captain Bart. Not positive on that yet. Anyway guys, that's it for now. I just wanted to kind of show my new tarp, and this shelter is going to be taken down too. It's not even really a shelter anymore. Never really was, but that's the new tarp. I'm really digging the new color. I've had a green tarp for so many years that it's nice to have another color, because this kind of lets more light in. I'm planning on making another one, a smaller one, possibly with a cat cut in the side for, you know, summer weather where I know I'm not going to have any rain or anything like that. I don't have to worry about it. Like I said, I believe this is a 9x12. I'll have to get the measurements on it, but right now I'm really liking it. It's coming out good. I just have to do a few more finishing touches, trim. Right now I'm seeing a couple threads I need to clip off. Fix that one edge and seam seal it and put the tie outs in the middle here. And I should be good to go on that. But anyway guys, and you can see back here I got plenty of room because of these tie outs, but there's no tie out in the middle, so I can't get that out here. So I'll have to put a tie out in there. I gotta order some more Grow Gain. If you guys don't know what Grow Gain is, it's this kind of it's this material here that created this loop. It's kind of like webbing, but it's a really lightweight webbing. So anyway, that's it for now. I just thought I would kind of show you guys what I'm up to today, and the new tarp. I'm really excited about the new tarp, if you can't tell. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'm set up for morning. I've got my GSI, this is the Kettlist, and I've got my dog food can stove there ready for morning, my fuel. My brew kit's right inside my bag, and this is one of the great pleasures of hammock camping, is that in the morning you're sitting here, you know, kind of sleepy, kind of tired, not wanting to crawl out of bed yet, so you just kind of lean over and light the stove, get your coffee ready, you know, put your water in there, pour your coffee or whatever in there, and light it and roll back over and wait for it to boil. As Shug Emery calls it, breakfast from the hammock. It's actually quite nice. I mean, you can sit here, you can cook your meal, you can do whatever you want right here. You know, have your coffee or your cocoa or your tea, whatever you drink. You know, and have everything right here and cook and do everything you want right there. Now, in the evenings, I don't like to do that. It just feels too lazy. In the mornings is when I do that. At night, I'll cook anything I want to cook over the actual fire, which, by the way, I'm not going to light until almost dark, because there's no need for a fire right now. I'm not needing to cook. I don't need any light, and I definitely don't need any heat. I've got my thermometer hanging right there on the line. and right now it's saying 84.5 degrees, but it doesn't feel like that. We're getting nice breezes from all over the place. Tonight it's only supposed to get down into the 50s, so it should be a really nice night to camp out. Tomorrow I'm gonna run home and see if I can't fix this corner, this edge here, throw on a couple tie outs, one in the middle there, one in the middle on the other side, and seam seal it, and that'll at least get me ready for wet weather. Right now I'm just kind of using it for shade because it's not supposed to rain tonight. There's not a cloud in the sky. It should be beautiful tonight. But tomorrow night I've got off, and I want to kind of see if I can camp out again tomorrow night. And you know, it's supposed to rain tomorrow night, so I want this tarp to be all sealed up and ready to go. But it's good enough for tonight. I think I'm gonna name this tarp Sandy, just because of the color. But I'm really happy with it. It's something different than when you make something like this yourself. You know every single stitch in it and how much of a pain in the butt those things are to put on, because you're having to put a little black circle on both sides of the tarp and try to sew it. And you know, it's nowhere near looking pretty. I mean, if you get up here close, I don't know how well you'll be able to see that because it's black thread on black cloth, but the seams, the actual stitches are nowhere near pretty. They're going all different directions, but it's strong and it'll hold. I did put the I'm used to my ridge line being this way, so my tie out points are, the little grosgrain loop is facing this way, so it should be pulled this way. I may have to redo that in the future. Not a big deal. Same on all of them. And then get a stuff sack for this bad boy, because right now I'm just balling it up and throwing it in the pack. But I needed a new tarp, and it's cheaper to make one. Although in hindsight, as much of a pain in the ass and as long as this took to make, hindsight, I would probably buy it. Not saying this wasn't a good experience, because it was, but you know, it's just such a pain in the butt to do all that sewing. You have to hem all the edges and, you know, put all these grosgrains on one at a time. You know, you have to do those. There's 4 of those. There's one piece of black on each side. I had to sew that on, and I had to sew that one on, and then 2 over here, and then all the grosgrain on the bottom side there. So it's not hard work. It's just very monotonous, and it gets old quick. But I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. I don't think that, and actually I just noticed that the lines actually kind of line up with each other. Kind of weird. But that one down there, that little piece hanging off, I don't think that's going to be too hard to remedy. The hem might be a little bit crooked, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. I think it's just going to be, I think it's just because the cloth was kind of cut kind of in an angle. This side looks good. I think I'm just going to have to kind of angle it and just kind of, and then roll it back up and do the seam again. Shouldn't be too bad. But anyway, guys, yeah, so I got my fire prep right there, my wood's right here. I'm going to be collecting more wood. My pad, I still haven't got my pad out because I don't need it yet. I'll probably blow it up, but I probably won't use it right away until I need it. I didn't bring my underquilt because I don't think it's going to get cold enough tonight to need it. And then I'm just going to use my sleeping bag as a top quilt. I am planning on purchasing a top quilt, a summer top quilt. Probably going to be a synthetic top quilt, just because I don't need down in the summer. It just gets too hot. Some nights I don't even put anything on top of me because it gets that warm. But anyway, I'm rambling just because I'm laying here thinking. I don't really have anything going on right now. Camp set up. I'm ready to go for the night. And I just kind of sitting here thinking and looking up. So I'm talking about the tarp. Anyway, that's probably going to be it for right now until later on. Unless I do something interesting. But, thanks for watching. Alright, fire's going good. And I started it off with 2 handfuls of pine needles off that bed over there. I'm depleting the heck out of that bed because I'm using it for a fire starter. And then I just stacked, I have a whole load of this black locust bark over here. Right over there. I'm starting to use all that up too. I put that on there because that helps get it going. And then once that's going like it is now, I start putting wood on like I did. A bunch of logs on there. But I propped my tarp up with this thing because I didn't want the sparks of the flames getting to it. That's pretty big. So I'm waiting for that to cool down and calm down, and then I'm going to start cooking my steak. That's it for now. Alright guys, it's about 9:30. The camera's not going to pick it up. This is my backup camera. This ain't the one I normally use. But out in that direction is an old field, and like I said, the camera's not going to pick it up, but it's really bright out, and it's because of the full moon, and it's not going to pick it up out here either. But out in this direction, this whole wooded area right here, I can see everything when the lights are off and the fire's died down. I can see everything. It's really nice being able to see. Tarp's doing good. No rain, of course. Got my Thermarest trail under me. I don't think it's hardly inflated at all, because I found that when you inflate a pad inside the hammock, you lose comfort. To me, it's less comfortable when I inflate the thing. So I leave it pretty well uninflated, and I just lay it under me as a second layer to keep the breeze off my back. And I do have my sleeping bag down here that I use as an underquilt. I don't think I'm going to need it tonight because it's only supposed to get down to 60. I do have somewhere down here, that brown one right there is my jacket. It's like a flannel jacket. I can just throw that over me if I do get chilly. I'll probably use that as a pillow. What else? Oh, down here I have my GSI kettleless kettle, my heat, my brew bag, my water, my backpack with anything else I might need in here, my extra stuff sacks, all that kind of stuff. And then underneath is my dog food stove. That's a dog food can. I think I showed that in my stove videos, but that way in the morning when I wake up, I don't have to actually get up, stoke the fire, get my coffee on the fire, sit back down, and then get back up to check it every few minutes. I just, lean out here, fill that full of fuel, light it, fill my pot full of water, put it on there, and I'm good to go. And then I can just stay here. I don't have to move, I don't have to get up. I just kind of roll over to my left gently. I don't have to even really hang out of here very bad. So that's all there, ready to go. And then where I put my axe. But anyway, not a lot going on down here. Just kind of relaxing. I do have my radio with me, just in case I feel like listening to music, which usually I am. I don't listen to loud or nothing. I just put it on. I'm a country boy, so I listen to country. I turn it down low, so I barely, just barely hear it. It's nice and relaxing. What the heck is that? Looked like I had a termite on me. Looks like I might have to use the bug net tonight. I got one of them big queen termites. But anyway, I'm probably going to turn in for the night. I have to be up at 7, so I can be out of here by 7:30 because I have to go to work. I have to be at work by 8:45, which is not a bad deal. Actually, that's kind of cozy. I got my feet kind of just pressing down on that sleeping bag. I'll probably zip up in here and turn my radio on and fall asleep. And I got somebody that's going to wake me up in the morning at, like I said, 7 o'clock. I have to be packed up, which shouldn't take me more than about 15 minutes to pack up. And get out of here. But I want to have enough time to have a cup or two of coffee and just kind of chill, because otherwise I'm going to be a zombie in the morning. Anyway, guys, I think that's probably going to be it for right now. Okay, I'm going to have to get off here and turn this light off because there's bugs coming in here. No, I'm not a girl or nothing like that, scared of bugs. I just don't want them crawling in my ears and stuff. So I'm going to get off here, turn my light off, and close this bug net. But that's it for now, unless something else interesting pops up. Thanks for watching, guys. Alright, guys, it's 7 o'clock. Just got my stove lit. I don't know how well you can all see them blue flames. But get this water on the go so I can have my coffee. Just to show you, it is lit. Once it went out on me. Feels hot. I'll let that simmer for just a second to let that get warmed up a little more, because it is pretty cold out. Not really cold, it's a chilly. I'd say it's probably in the 50s. Yeah, that's going. Well, fire went out. My bag, I don't know how you'll be able to see all this. My bag is leaking down. And I think I just zoomed way in. My bag is leaking down, and it's all over the place. Out that way, there was an owl last night, and I love it when owls are around because it's good luck. At least that's how I see it. It's one downside to alcohol stoves. You can't really tell if they're still going or not. Yeah, I can feel it still going. And then here in a minute, when that gets nice and hot, I'm not gonna wait till it gets boiling, because I don't need boiling water for coffee. If I had to get it out of a stream or something, then I'd boil it, but I don't need it boiling right now. And then I'll get my Starbucks Via out of here, and my cup is in my bag. And then as soon as I get my coffee down me, I'll use the rest of the water to make sure the fire's out for good. And I didn't even care that the fire burned out last night. It burned out about probably 1 o'clock, and I didn't even care. I probably should have got up and stoked it, because it did get just a little bit chilly last night. But I mean, I am still in a t-shirt here, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna have to get something and patch this sleeping bag, because that's annoying having that down coming out. Tarp did good last night. You can kind of see all the stuff on it that it caught, and some water, or some no, it didn't rain or nothing. It's just like dew, I guess. So I'll shake that out, and I'll hang that up when I get home to dry. And then I have to seam seal it after I finish redoing that edge right there. And a few little finishing touches I have to put on it with some of those little loops, tie out points on this edge and the back edge. And I should be good to go. Like I said, it's about 7 o'clock. I got to be packed up and in my truck on the way home by 7:30. So that's the look at all this down that came out of here last night. It's all up on the screen. I'm gonna have to find the hole, get me some of that repair tape and patch it. I'll probably sew the hole and then put the tape over. That's annoying. I hate that. But anyway, I did end up getting inside the sleeping bag last night. I was actually very comfortable last night. Just a little bit chilly, like I said, so I ducked inside the sleeping bag. I'm actually getting a small bit of warmth from that stove coming up on my left shoulder. My right shoulder's been really well tucked in last night. You can see the blanket's clear underneath me, and so the left side wasn't. So that stove, what heat is coming off the pot is coming up against my left shoulder, and it kind of feels good. Since I didn't stoke the fire or nothing, that fire's almost completely out. If there's anything left, it's nothing but small coals. There is one little piece there that I do see a tiny bit of smoke coming off of, but that might be the cigarette I just threw out there. Anyway, guys, it's a beautiful morning. The sun's coming up that way. It's east, obviously, and this is my favorite part of morning. It's just laying here in the hammock watching the sunrise and having my coffee. But anyway, oh, and I'm having trouble with my computer again, so I don't know when I'll be able to post this. I'm probably going to have to get a new one, because my computer won't even turn on. It's plugged in and everything, and it won't even turn on. So anyway, guys, that's probably going to be it for this trip. I didn't really do a whole lot special, just kind of getting out in the woods again. So anyway, guys, I didn't get much cleaned up either. I think as far as the duff, I'm just going to keep using that to light my fires until it's gone. I might scatter some of the pine cones down here, and hopefully eventually some pine trees will grow down here. It's a very slim chance, and then these poles will get put off to the side, kind of in the weeds. And that way, if I need them, I can get them. And that will get taken down, those 2 bars, because that just looks horrible. But anyway, guys, I think my water's about getting there to that place where it's about hot enough to drink now. So I'm gonna get out of here and get my coffee and get packed up. And today's gonna be one of those days where I don't actually put everything away. I just kind of cram it in the bag and go, because I gotta get out of here. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching.